No, I can't. Okay, that's fine. Hi everybody. Welcome back to Katarina's garage, or at least at this point, Katarina's chair. I don't have a garage technically, but you can't just call something not garage. You know, just doesn't work for me. At least when it comes to automotive content. Hey, old school, how's it going? Um, yeah, Leafs are actually the Flames are tied 1-1 with Philadelphia at the moment. Um, that was it's actually been a good game so far. Very good game. Both goalies have been standing on their head. Gaudreau's been robbed multiple times. It's just you know, like this game could be 4-5-1 right now. It could even be like 4-4 to be honest, because there's been that many. But that's what happens when you have two goalies that are just amazing standing on their heads. But I didn't do anything today. It was damn cold. A bunch of wind gusts and just very, very cold. So, yeah, ended up, just not doing anything today. Maybe tomorrow I'll see about tuning my carburetor a little better, see if I can get it dialed in correctly. Um, I might still have to, because I still have those jets coming, and I'll probably end up still putting those in anyways, but, if I can change the mixture screw. And see if I can lean it out a little bit. You know. I mean, to be honest, I'm about ready to actually go down there and tell them just give me the keys back. I'll get it towed out of here because it is getting a little ridiculous at this point. It's been just over a month now. To my knowledge, at least when I checked the other day, which was yesterday, still hadn't moved yet. It's still there. So yeah, I don't know. It's getting very, very annoying. But it happens and whatever else. Like it'd be one thing if he was actually like properly busy in a shop, but oh please, I've never ever used fuel stabilizer. Never had to. Like to be honest, all I do is just replace fuel filters. Like in my car, I replaced the fuel filter I think 6 times. Totally fine. Tank is clean now in my car after driving it a bunch. I don't mind doing that. It takes not very long at all to change a fuel filter. Um, but and the fuel tank was completely empty too until um the fuel tank was completely empty until I put in it was about 5 liters or so. So then that fuel is only when did I do that revival video? So back in May. So it's really not that bad. I mean, to be honest, after 7 months, a fuel stabilizer isn't really needed. Like, it's not a terrible thing to put in there, but it's not needed, right? Because, and what's interesting though with ethanol fuels is the ethanol fuels actually do, they evaporate. And that's why they did it with ethanol now, because, the fuel will actually evaporate compared to old fuel that'll just turn kind of like to turpentine and stuff like that and really wreck a system worse than what ethanol can. When it sets, anyways. So that was their thinking with the ethanol, to be honest. But yeah, yeah. But honestly, I reading more and more into Scotty, I don't actually trust a lot of the things he's saying anymore. Like I actually unsubscribed from him and everything. I don't trust him because, like I've said in the past too, it doesn't matter how much quote unquote experience you have. You can be honestly not a great mechanic. It's true because like the thing is, with people coming into him, I don't know. It just seems like it's a lot more fake, and people are like handing him a script and stuff like that. The more I look into it, I could be wrong, but that's just how it feels to me. So, but yeah, and it's like, and the thing is, I've revived vehicles that on fuel that has sat for decades, and it still ran. Right, a lot of stuff out at Greg's. I mean, we end up just putting a little bit of fuel in the tank that's fresh, and yeah, yeah. I mean, really, he's just beating the same old drum. He's not doing anything new with his stuff, and it's just I don't believe it anymore. I don't. So, like I said, I'm unsubscribed from him, and I'm done because I also didn't like too how just about every sentence he's changing his background. Like, don't get me wrong, that's a strategic thing, and I understand why he's doing that because it focuses your eye, but it's annoying. It just is. So, um, nothing really against the guy, 100%, but it's just one of those things, and yeah, it's not my thing. Like, I like channels that are similar to mine, where there's not a ton of editing. It's just kind of you know a raw thing and having fun that way. Which there isn't very many channels like mine. I know that. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And like, oh my god, the difference though, that because when I went up to because we did two things going up to Edmonton on the car is yeah, I know you would. uh, but I do appreciate your support and everything. You are a really good person, and yeah, definitely appreciate it. I was gonna say actually, because when I went up to Edmonton, um, we did the timing chain. We replaced the timing chain, and then we got the distributor unseized and did 15 degrees initial timing. Now, something that I did not consider until the other day, to be honest, too, because there's a few things I haven't considered until now. I don't think my vacuum advance actually works. Um, Only reason why is because when you're at like 3/4 throttle or so, it doesn't feel any different than when you're at full throttle. Or really, if there is, it's very marginal difference. So I think the vacuum advance is not working in the distributor. Well, when it was up in Edmonton, it was a lot better for that, for sure. Um, but the elevation here too, and I never considered that. I considered that in the past with like when I still had the one barrel on the car, but never thought about that with the two barrel, to be honest. So the thing is, with the elevation that I'm at, because here I'm a lot closer to the mountains and therefore actually a lot higher than Edmonton is for sea level, that it makes a huge difference when you're tuning a carburetor and stuff like that. So, although there is I think I have a rocker that's not cooperating right now because there's a little bit of a clack now from that. But it's not, I'm not too worried about it. To be honest, and I can't even afford to put more money into the car. I can't. I've got my bank card is, damn near maxed out on its overdraft at the moment. And my credit card, I'm owing like $850 or so on it. So I need to start paying stuff off. Which I will do when I get paid, and then hopefully I can sell a car next weekend. Or this weekend, actually, coming out. Because the Suburban might finally be gone. Because there was a guy going to check it out last Sunday, but unfortunately, as he was coming down, he had to turn around because his son broke his arm. So just like, okay, that you get a pass on that one. that's okay. And I just said, well, hope your kid's doing okay and whatever else, and hopefully I'll get the thing sold because it would be nice to have the thing sold. Could use the money in my pocket right now, which would just go straight to bills and stuff, but that's fine. Because yeah, no more fixing or upgrades to the car for a while. That's where I'm at. Because just I can't afford it. I just like the Civic. If it comes home, I could do some things to it, but not much. I could clear out the brake lines. I could see where if there is a leakage in the cooling system, because there was no coolant in it when we got it, so there's that. Um, and I never noticed a leak in it at all, like any obvious spots where it leaked in the past. So it could have just been that it was drained completely when it was parked. It's potential, but yeah. But tomorrow, I'll see if I can maybe stop in and talk to him because I'm not gonna yell at him, but I am going to express my emotion in it and be like, "What the hell?" Because he actually is he's a very competent mechanic and he knows these old cars very well. So, and he's actually worked on those first gen Civics quite a bit back in the day. So I figured, hey, that'd be a good spot. He's worked on my car a bit too. And, I never had issues. I was always in and out same day. So yeah, it's just it's sad, but oh well. Oh, damn, heart robs again. Ah! Oh god, this is a good freaking hockey game though. But I mean, it was a good hockey game too with the one that I went to, and it was against Philly, except for it was a 4-0 shutout. But still, like a very closely battled game though, for shots and everything, for dangerous shots, all that different stuff. Hmm. Yeah, so that's basically what's going on with Stitch, what's going on with Papa Smurf. Um, what's going on with my life at the moment. Although there is actually a car that I will get the film once the weather is nicer. Because I don't think it's gonna get sold, to be honest. There's a girl that owns actually a car that I know very, very well. It's a Mustang 2, and it's a built Mustang 2 that somebody that was a family friend owned for about 30 years. He put endless amounts of money into that car, like well over 100 grand was put into that car with all the different combinations and stuff. Like at one point, he had a 514 big block in it with three stages of nitrous, and it was just an absolute monster. Now it's a little more tame with a 408 stroker and has a nitrous on it as well. I'm not sure what kind of a shot it has, but I think it's about a 200 shot or so. Big bottle though, big bottle. It's just in the trunk, very clean. It's a coupe as well, not a hatchback. It is like a bluish purple. Very nice color. And yeah, it's I can't wait to film that car, to be honest. And it's interesting because talking with the woman that owns it, she doesn't really know much on it, and it's like I probably know more on that car than you did because, like I said, I knew the builder, so it's a truly incredible car. It's got a Ford 9-inch in the rear too, like, and yeah, this was Rob's pride and joy for how long was that? Because I mean, he had it for over 30 years, but and where are my viewers? I mean, To be honest, my live streams, I don't ever prompt my lives, and a lot of people that watch my content, I do know that they're not active viewers. Only reason why is because I can go through all of my analytics and it shows that majority of the people that watch my channel are not subscribed. Um, I think I have like a total of I think it's 15 or 20% subscribers that are watching my content versus not subscribed. So yeah, that's fine. I'm not too worried about it. Like, it would be nice to have more people in here. Don't get me wrong. At one point, we were at 5, but then everybody bailed and nobody's really chatting. So it's kind of sad. But that's how it goes, right? Um, yeah. But I am happy though to get those because I got a because I got that care package from you, and it was nice to get those finally. Because that delay is sending them around to Vulcan for some reason is just insane. Oh. Yeah. I don't like Canada Post, to be honest. It's just stupid. No, if it's mailed, I don't get it delivered to my house. It's at the PO box. So nothing ever gets delivered to my house unless if it's a courier service like FedEx. FedEx, Purelator, UPS, that sort of thing. Oh. God, Rob, both of you. Damn. Hey, how's it hanging? Definitely appreciate you coming out to the live stream. Yeah, sorry. Because Jonathan just came in. I will mention that I am watching the Flames and Flyers game at the moment too. So I am still paying attention to the chat and everything, and I read all the messages, but I am paying attention a lot to the game as well. So you'll hear me yell and stuff like that too at the TV. Because I've done it a couple times now. Just it's a wild game. Oh, that's not good for Philly. Good for Flames, not for Philly. That's good to hear. I'll be happy about that. And what's so funny? Because I had this one guy in the comments on my last video, like not this video that I just posted, the one before that, and he was saying, "Oh, what your issue is? It's a vacuum leak. It's a vacuum leak. It's a vacuum leak. I have 40 years experience. It's a vacuum leak." You're wrong. I just find it too funny, and he's going through all this stuff, and yeah, I've built $40,000 motors for boats and stuff like that. Just like, okay, and truthfully, when people, it's interesting. What people will say. Sorry, my brain's not working properly. When people mention how much experience they have, like as in year wise, I don't take that as much of their knowledge to heart, only because you're like, if you're talking about that, you're typically wanting prestige and stuff like that. And that's not how it works, for me, anyways. I don't care how long you've been doing it. If you're a competent mechanic, you could be in the business for 5 months, be in it for 20 years. I've met more mechanics that have been in the business their entire lives that are worse mechanics than the newer ones. Like, it's actually kind of funny that way. So, but favorite social media platform? To be honest, I like YouTube, But I use Facebook a lot to promote my YouTube and also just chatting on there and stuff like that. So I probably have to say Facebook, even though there's stuff about Facebook that I don't like. But it's one of those things. Um, like actually doing YouTube, but for other stuff, Facebook. For the actual social aspect of it, because I don't get a lot of social activity on here on YouTube, to be honest. Um, like I do get some comments and stuff like that, but it's not as frequent as like my Facebook, because I get a lot more people commenting on my Facebook posts about videos and stuff, as opposed to actually commenting on the videos themselves on YouTube, which I wish they would do more. But let's see. I use I use this. I use Discord. I'm on Instagram. I'm on TikTok and Facebook. Yeah. So I mean, I'm using like 4 or 5. I do have other stuff. Like I do have a Twitter, but I never use it. And my Snapchat, I never really use either. It's a chat service for gamers. Is what it's That's what it's around. But you don't actually have to be a gamer to be on Discord, though. There's plenty of Discord channels that aren't gaming related at all. Oof. But yeah, so that's and I do I do like social media as a whole. Although there are a lot of areas that I don't like about it. But like yeah, I'd much rather be talking with people in person. Absolutely. But there is something though, and it's funny that people say um that I'm doing stuff for attention. Well, no, that's not really the case. But I do like the attention when it comes to if I see a video blowing up. I love that. Of course, everybody should. But yeah, that's fair. I mean, I guess that's why you look at so much vinyl. I'm assuming, anyways. That's fair. Yeah. For me, like, I mean, I do resell some stuff, but not small stuff really. It's usually automotive. Because yeah, then the Lumina right now actually it needs a battery. But the thing is, the Lumina needs a battery now. Which I mean, to be honest, the battery's 11 years old, so it's acceptable that it's finally met its demise. Yeah, I'm gonna end up at some point going to Canadian Tire and getting a battery for it. Um, which it might just be next Tuesday that my dad does that. I'll take the battery out and put it in his car type idea, but then he goes and does that on his own. Because he's every Tuesday or every other Tuesday. To be fair, it has been taken off the market. Um, I am gonna put it back on the market though again, but and the only reason for that is because I was gonna drive it. Right, I was gonna use it as a daily driver, and I ended up not doing that. Problem is though, now it has zero heat. And I saw a thing on the second generation Lumina with the 3.1 that you could bleed the cooling system really easily underneath the hood, but I guess the first generations didn't have that. So I can't just bleed the air system and hopefully that would make it have more heat. So it is kind of or have heat at all. So yeah, that's kind of what am I? Not regular cart mates in the winter. What we have discussed is, um, when there's nicer days in the wintertime, we'll just take our daily drivers out and enjoy it. Might not meet at the same spot, and I don't know if we're actually going to keep the spot that we have this year for next season. I'm sure we will because it's such a perfect spot, but who knows? Looking in the burnouts that you've seen and that sort of stuff, and also the dry graze, it was done on that road, like right by there. So yeah, just make sure though. We make sure that nobody does that actually in the lot though. They can do it on the street. Nobody cares. In fact, if you want to go do a burnout, be my guest. Because at that point, you're liable. We're not, right? Calgary, much closer to Calgary. Edmonton is about 2.5, 3 hours ish. Calgary is only about an hour, so much closer to Calgary. And I have been to meets in Calgary, but the last meet I was in Calgary, actually, that was last Saturday. I was at a meet with some of the girls. I wanted to do a meet. It was yesterday, but I just don't have the money. Neither. She's out near Cochrane, so which Cochrane is close to Calgary. To be honest, it's only about 20-minute drive, so it's really not far at all. Yeah, every time we've met, at least outside of the car mates, I've met her at her house. So it's been nice because every time we've gone into Calgary together, I've been hopping in her truck and then we go out. Like the first time we went to the scrapyard to Bucks, we took her truck and then we pulled some stuff for her. Didn't really find anything I needed, but then a couple weeks later, we went back there again and pulled the back window out, as you probably saw on the YouTubes. Now, I didn't film us actually pulling it out, but I did film a little short of it being in the box and saying, well, this is not ideal, but we're doing it. um, at times. But to be honest, there's a lot of junk in the scrapyard or in the junkyard, so you know. And actually, because since I did that video there, they've actually added a lot more stock. They got rid of a few things, but then added a ton more cars. So, oh, Koskinen, that was bad. That should They should have called that penalty. Oh, well, that's good to hear. I know he did retire actually, and I'm curious. Like, does Fanuff happen to sign a 1 day contract with somebody? Because the thing is, he could do it with the Flames. He could do it with Toronto. For like a special thing that way, right? Because yeah, he was with Calgary first. Yeah. Oh yeah. But I mean, you say only 36. Most players don't last that long. Yeah. Well, Chara is a special case. You know. Yeah. Could Fanuff keep going? Probably. But here's the thing. it takes a lot out of people to keep going with it. Like it's a lot of work to continue to play in the NHL. Yeah, see, and I wish the Flames had signed Yager earlier than they did. Um, because like here's the thing that that could have been so much better. Although he mentored Sam Bennett very well, but it's one of those deals that you know the Yager thing didn't really work out as well, and because he could still potentially be in the NHL, I think. Just making league min, kind of like Chara is right now, and doing it that way. Like, because Yager, it's interesting. Yager is still playing, although he's not in the NHL. He's in the KHL, or actually, it's not even KHL. It's one of the minor leagues over there, I believe. But he's still playing. He owns the team and he plays on the team. It's pretty cool. Like it's amazing. It honestly is amazing. Check League, okay. Wait, Spencer signed at League Min? Huh. Why didn't I know that? That's cool. Because, I mean, like, I do follow some Leafs stuff, actually. Um, Not that I'm a fan of the Leafs or anything, but they are an interesting team to follow. Because of their history and stuff like that, and because of who they have on the roster or whatever else, it's like, it is very interesting to watch. Plus, I also watch the Steve Dangle podcast all the time. I've been watching that for a little over a year now. But yeah, yeah, they are. At Commonwealth in Edmonton, which the snow that they got was a lot. Actually, they had to do a lot of work to make it work out. And the problem is, like, I don't know who would actually want to be out there right now because it's god awful cold. Like, because the thing is with Commonwealth Stadium, um, is one side of the stadium, oh, it's nice and warm, it's great, no worries, and then the other side, it's so damn cold. But, anyways, I'll catch you later. So, how is everybody else doing here in this live stream? Because I lost the person that was chatting with me, sadly. And all right, now I'm losing everybody. Now I'm back down to one. But these last years can be difficult when it's only you, though. Trying to, because basically, like, don't get me wrong, I'm directing this at the chat, but I'm technically talking to myself. Um, which gets difficult, to be honest, or it can when you don't have engagement in the chat. So, and there's only so much you can say before it's just like, hey, you're done. That was funny. But yeah, I just I don't know. Actually, is there any napkins? They didn't give me any napkins. Lame. Eh. Oh well. But yeah, I might actually end the live stream here because nobody's chatting, nobody's really jumping in anymore. So anyways, that's a short one, but that's fine. Hope you all enjoyed it, and I'll catch you later. Bye!